Hello to all of you amazing web slingers. Welcome to Livin on the Edge, the podcast all about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, or our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I messed it up. We are your hosts. I am Alec. You can follow me at the Alec Thorne on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. You can follow me at Red Hill Review on Twitter.
And if you want to follow the podcast, you can follow us at LOTE_podcast on Twitter. If you want to follow On Comics Ground on Twitter, you can follow at On Comics Ground. We actually just broke 1,000 followers recently, so that's, woo, yay. That sounded very half-hearted, but no, it's really exciting. And also, as always...
It's like 11 at night. Don't worry, we're tired.
Oh, God, yeah. But as always, you can go to our website where we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all jazz. So, Brian, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, especially considering what we'll be talking about in this podcast.
Oh yeah, we got some good stuff planned, but yeah, I'm doing good too. I'm very tired. Disney Plus is coming out tomorrow, so we got a shill for the mouse. This will be the only way I'll be able to legally watch Spider-Man the Animated Series. So. Yeah. I mean, for those of you listening, it'll technically be out yesterday, so I don't want to confuse y'all.
Yeah, we're recording this literally an hour before the day it comes out.
Yeah, but no, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for, the Star Wars fan in me is excited for The Mandalorian. The Disney fan in me, the Disney Channel fan in me is excited for High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Yeah.
Because
I'm excited for the content. Yeah. The service itself, I'm still kind of because Disney owns my wallet already.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've seen people give that series flack, and I'm like, it looks good. It looks creative. I wouldn't have thought to have done with that with the High School Musical IP.
I wouldn't have thought to do anything with it because I barely watched it growing up.
Yeah, I watched it all the time with my sister. It was my favorite. I was a musical theater kid, and I still am. But anyway, so that's happening. That's hip. So before we get into our main topic, which is a pretty special one, we have some recent comics and news to talk about. So recently... by the way, we did take a bit longer to get this episode out, and that's because our schedule is supposed to be every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. I just kind of forgot about that during October, so that's my fault. So in the span of time since the last episode, we got a couple new Amazing Spider-Man comics. They're Amazing Spider-Man 32 and 33. So... Brian, what did you think about them? Tell them what the comics were about and what they're setting up, and tell us what you think about them.
All right. Well, the 30, it was kind of a two-parter sort of thing where, hey, Miguel O'Hara is finally back. He showed up from 2099 trying to fix something. All we know is Doom is involved.
Something to do with Doom and Latveria.
Yeah, which if Dr. Doom is involved, I'm in. So I still got to check out his current ongoing right now. But anyway, so Miguel is in the present again, trying to fix the future again, because heroes keep fucking with the timeline every 2 minutes.
Yeah, everybody took inspiration from Barry Allen.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't do a Barry Allen, kids. Don't stick your dick in the timeline. It's not fun.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so all that's going on. Meanwhile, Peter and his sister Teresa, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know it starts with a T. I always forget. But yeah, Peter and Teresa team up to go fight the fucking Foreigner a Spider-Man villain who I don't think has been around for like over a decade.
I mean, you can tell because of like it's pretty outdated.
Yeah, he's just basically evil James Bond from what I've discovered.
Yeah.
So he's here, and apparently him and Silver Sable are a couple.
And Silver Sable's been a life model decoy since the events of Ends of the Earth.
Yeah, it turns out she got pretty messed up and is on life support and is gonna die.
Unless they give her the Infinity Formula, which Chameleon had. Which, by the way, Teresa's like on a vengeance, has an axe to grind with Chameleon because he killed like the love of her life or something.
Yeah, she had a boyfriend or something that Chameleon killed off in a previous issue.
Yeah, we still don't know what Chameleon is planning, but
yeah, we don't quite know what he's doing. We just know it's not going to be good.
Like every time I'm seeing this stuff, I'm like, okay, what is and what isn't tying in with Kindred? Because
well, you say that, and well, Teresa made a very interesting comment during the last issue.
If you make the deal with the devil, eventually the devil gets his due, and that's
I wonder what that could be referencing.
I don't know. I'm just like
they can't keep teasing it at this point. Like that, this is the most blatant they've ever been with it.
Like, here's the thing: they can, and they probably will. But the hope in me wants to hope that the optimist in me wants to hope that it won't be too much longer. But who knows?
Yeah, like I mentioned it earlier. I said it on Twitter and probably on an earlier episode of the podcast. If anyone's got the balls to undo one more day, it's the man who gave us Nazi Captain America.
Oh yeah. As much as I hated the concept of Nazi Captain, it's like, he'd be crazy enough to combat Marvel over that.
Yeah, he's not afraid of anything.
Yeah, but my stance on these couple of issues, I'm tired of events. I'm so fucking tired of because here's the thing.
Yeah, we're still in the middle of absolute.
We're in the middle of absolute carnage. Spencer literally came hot, and now he's doing tie-in issues until January for the 2099 event, and that's not even the last event of the year. We still have Incoming that's coming later in the year, and it's just.
I thought that would be next year. Oh
no. Nope.
What the fuck, Marvel? Stop. Slow down, please.
I'm just so tired because I want to get back to the main Spidey stuff. I want to get back to figuring out who Kindred is. I want to get back to figuring out where Fisk falls into this, where Mysterio falls into this, where maybe Chameleon falls into this. I want to see this stuff unfold. But it can't happen when Marvel mandates these events to happen because they need to sell big events. And it's just like you're disrupting the continuities and the storylines of your big titles by making them participate in these events.
Yeah, it's part of what killed the current Champions book. They couldn't do anything. They got stuck in the middle of events.
God, it's just I'm not saying Spidey's gonna get canceled. Obviously not. That's never gonna happen.
Spider-Man. They got 4 books that are related to Spider-Man right now, not including Miles.
Yeah. It's just that's never gonna happen, but it's just it's tiring, and it's just it'll soon be 2 years since Spencer started his run. And it's a bi-weekly title. It's not a monthly title. It's a bi-weekly title.
Yeah, every 2 weeks we get a new issue, and not too much has happened.
Yeah, we still don't know who Kindred is. We still don't know what Mysterio has planned for MJ and Peter. We still don't know where Kingpin falls in all this. We still don't know a lot of things, and
been nearly 2 years.
Yeah, literally more has happened in the Venom title than
Yeah, seriously, all the other Spider-Man related stuff has had more happen in it, unfortunately.
And I don't know if that's like a blame on Spencer or both.
I think it's mostly an editorial problem because
Yeah.
you gotta put that shit on pause for most of these tie-ins. Like Kindred got some, well, I say some, but he got a lot of like developments surrounding him during the Absolute Carnage one.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's something I liked is that Spencer doesn't halt his own story for the event, but at a certain point he kind of has to.
Yeah, yeah.
Like with the next few issues, because it's going to be like 3 more issues until, like either 3 or 4 more issues until we get back on course. Like 3 or 4 more issues that's dealing with Miguel, Doom, 2099, and it's just, I don't know. Like you got to do what you got to do to sell the comics, but it's just, I'm tired. Yeah. I just want to keep reading about Peter and him being a new college student and whatever's going on with Kindred. But yeah, I mean, these 2 issues were fine. They're not bad by any means.
Yeah, no, they're fine. They're good. I'm interested to see what Miguel's actually doing. Oh, speaking of Miguel, he got the black suit back after all these years. Oh yeah,
he did, because they finally realized.
Yeah, Patrick Gleason descended from the heavens and is like, no, it's black, and fixed it.
Somewhere on this earth, Xavier Mendoza is celebrating the return of the black suit.
He is cheering on right now.
We need to get if we like the 2099 event or just 2099 in general. We need him to come on so we can do a whole piece about why the suit being black is important. But no, I say that I say that jokingly, but you know, I'd love to have him on again to talk about this stuff. But anyway, so that's that for Amazing Spider-Man. Now we had Amazing MJ #1, which was really interesting and not quite what I was expecting.
Yeah, I haven't quite gotten to that yet, but I don't care about spoilers, so go ahead.
So Mysterio reveals to her that he's the director of the movie, like right out the gate, because Mysterio's making like a sympathetic biopic about himself.
Yeah, which that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's perfect. But MJ's like giving him pointers on how to write female characters, which he like agrees on. It's like, okay, that's actually really interesting. So yeah. They actually have a bit of camaraderie, and he defends her from somebody accusing her of like sucking up to the director to get a job or whatever. And he defends her. I'm like, okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I'm just like, okay, where's this going? When is he gonna like screw her over? Because he's working for Kindred.
Yeah. So. At the same time, I want him to somehow be redeemed and just become a successful director.
I'd love to see it, but
I want my boy to fulfill his dream.
But I mean, then again, like Kindred did say that they want to protect MJ, so
yeah, this whole thing's basically a distraction for MJ to get her out of the way.
Yeah.
Of whatever Kindred has planned.
Yeah. My thing is, this is only like 5 issues. So.
Is it? I thought it was like an ongoing.
No, it's going to. Apparently, if it does well enough, it might get an ongoing. But as of right now, it's just going to be like 5 or 6 issues. Which means it'll end like in either April or May. So by April or May, they got to get on Kindred stuff. Because.
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah, I don't think it's an ongoing, but it's interesting. I love Mary Jane. It's long overdue that she's gotten her own title in some way, shape, or form. But I like them delving into the actress side of her because I feel like that's just been neglected for too long.
Oh, agreed. That's great. Also, at least according to Comixology, it calls it a new ongoing series.
I don't know. Maybe it is, but
and there's
I just remember. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I just remember Leah Williams saying that it's only a mini right now, but if it gets a well enough response, it'll be an ongoing. But I don't know. I don't know anything.
Yeah, well, we will learn in the near future anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, but no, I really like this issue. I recommend you. I recommend you all to read it. It's very good, and if you're a fan, you'll definitely like it. So moving on from that, we got a bit of news. So first, we'll get on some. First, we'll do like the kind of negative news, and then we'll do the good news. So a bit of negative news is that for one reason or another, depending on what you think of it, the Abrams Spidey comic has been significantly delayed.
It's bad. Issue 3 got delayed to December 18th, and issue 4 has been delayed all the way to February.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's no bueno. And
for the many people at home listening to this who probably don't like the Abrams book, I'm sure this is the best news they've heard all week. But
yeah. Okay. Real quick, I have to get a water. Give them all your thoughts on this, because I'm interested to hear what you think about it. Well, I mean, I won't hear it for a bit, but I'll be right back.
I'll talk into the void. That's okay.
All right, cool. I'll be right back. Whoosh.
All right. Well, yeah, I saw this somewhere on Twitter, and I checked on Newsarama, and I saw the news about the delays, and I can't say I'm upset, honestly, because after reading issue 2 again, I mean, it's still an improvement over the first, but this book is just boring to me and forgettable. So honestly, it feels like it's a clear sign that Marvel is not happy with the reception this book has been getting after the fucking Twitter countdown from months ago about hyping it up when they started at fucking 4.
They knew what they were doing with that.
They fucking knew it, and I hate it. And honestly, that killed any kind of hype the book could have gotten.
They could have just done an announcement out of nowhere. People would be like, "Oh, cool," but no, they had to tease the number 4 because they knew. They knew. And here's the thing: it's not even out of the question that Spider-Man Forward gets some kind of comic adaptation.
Yeah,
that's happened.
Unfinished movie scripts have been turned into comic adaptations before. Alien 3 is probably the best example I can think of.
Smallville season 11.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, and a lot of other stuff has done that. So it's not even unrealistic that they would have done that. I mean, it was unrealistic that thinking Spider-Man 4, the movie, was actually happening.
Oh yeah, but that was not a chance in hell.
I don't think there should ever be a Spider-Man 4. The time is long. Yeah,
no, it's too long. It can't happen.
But I just
which you said, but that reminds me of during the whole MCU Spidey stuff where he went back to Sony for a couple of weeks. I remember after the new deal was made, there was a tweet that said it was Sony fans, when they see that now their 0.001% chance of getting Spider-Man 4 has dropped back down to 0, and it was the gif of Toby Peter with the single tear going down his face.
Oh my god.
It was great.
Yeah, I don't know why people think that Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3 are ever going to happen. The only way we'll ever see them again is part of a Spider-Verse movie or something. That's the only way.
Hey, we'll get to that.
We will, but yeah. So, Abrams Spidey is significantly delayed. I'm the only person on this earth who likes it, so it's hard for me. But maybe this is why you shouldn't do nepotism stuff.
Yeah, don't use your clout to get shit like this, or
Yeah.
not even your own clout, but your fucking dad's.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's the
no
thing.
offense to Henry Abrams when I say that, but don't do that.
Yeah. I don't even know if he asked, like, his dad, if he asked JJ to do that for him, or if JJ's just did it himself. I don't know. I don't know what father-son relationship they have, and that's none of my business. That's personal business.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Henry Abrams has a lot of potential to be a good writer. I can see it in what he's doing. He has a voice, but he should not have been given something this big this early.
Yeah, no, he should have either been. You mentioned it in our Discord chat earlier about this when I showed this to you, but he should have gotten either a one shot or a mini about a much lesser hero than Spider-Man.
It could have even still been a Spider Person, but like, not Peter Parker per se.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even about Peter. It's about his like 50th alternate reality kid.
Wait, you cut out for a sec. What did you say?
Sorry, I was about to say it's not even really about Peter. It's about one of his 50 alternate reality kids.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Just like I'm adamant where it's just like I can't judge a story until it's over. But I don't know. It's like it just kind of sucks that I'm not saying like I have the most sympathy in the world for Henry Abrams, and then he's just I don't know. I'm not trying to coddle him. I'm just saying it's gotta suck that this title that Marvel put so much backing behind, that you were super excited to share with the world, is now getting delayed because Marvel's just like, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't have fooled people into thinking this was going to be anything Spider-Man 4 related.
Yeah, even then, I thought it might have ended up being like a Fantastic Four crossover comic or something.
Yeah, and it didn't turn out to be that at all.
No, and I would have really liked that because I love their dynamic.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I look forward to seeing the rest of it. Maybe the time will be used to like retool some stuff. Maybe that's part of the delays, but we'll see. It just
either way, 11 weeks is not good for any comic.
They're suffering from Doomsday Clock syndrome.
Oh God, fuck! That was supposed to end like last year.
It started in 2018, and it's like it started in January 2018, and it's almost the end of 2019.
It's literally taken 2 years to tell the story of Superman and Dr. Manhattan punching each other in the face.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know. But, okay. Moving on from that, we got some exciting news, which you've all... Into the Spider-Verse 2 has been confirmed for April of 2022. Not only that, but Japanese Spider-Man, the emissary of hell himself, has been confirmed.
The emissary of hell with his giant mecha leopard on.
If you're wondering where the confirmation came from, Phil Lord himself confirmed it on Twitter.
Yeah, he said he had been designed for the movie.
Yeah, so it's safe to say we're getting him, which is good because like that's one of the big ones to have.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but I'm excited for it, as anybody else would be excited for the sequel to the best Spider-Man movie ever made.
Exactly.
But like my hope is that I made a thread of some predictions and hopes that I have. I don't think Peter B. Parker should come back.
Agreed. His story's done.
Yeah, he shouldn't come back unless it's like a cameo.
Exactly. Like I wouldn't mind like a quick, like if Miles and Gwen go visit him at MJ's or something. Like, that'd be
Yeah.
fine. I don't need him to show up and help be a hero or something.
Yeah.
We got that in the first movie. We don't need it again.
Yeah. Now, for like the Spider people, we're definitely getting 2099. And like we said, we're getting Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know who the new crew is going to be. I think we're going to get Jessica Drew and Silk, because it's important that they get established before their spin-off with Gwen.
Yeah,
that's important.
Oh yeah, that. Also, I just want to say that I am very disappointed that fucking Morbius is getting a movie before Jessica Drew.
That's a tragedy. That's an absolute tragedy. I
keep bringing them up after Sony made the giant list of what movies they were working on, but fucking Jackpot and Nightwatch are getting solo movies before Spider-Woman. Really?
It's bizarre. I think she was supposed to be an MI6 agent.
She was supposed to be in what?
Far From Home.
Oh, okay. So you cut out a sec.
Oh, sorry. No, I think it was an early a Far From Home that had her as an MI6 agent. But they cut it for Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. Which
that's fair.
I get maybe it's because they were unsure of where the rights landed because of
they knew the deal was running out soon, so they probably cut it at the last second.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, as long as she appears in something, I'm cool with it.
Hey, Daisy Ridley needs.
I'd be cool with that.
In the MCU, she needs to play Jessica Drew.
I am cool with this.
Because apparently her and Tom Holland have in Chaos. So, just as friends or whatever, they act really well together. So I think it would be cool if she was Jessica Drew in the MCU. But
that'd be neat.
But regardless, I think she and Cindy Moon need to be in Into the Spider-Verse too. I think Hobie Brown should be in it, Spider-Punk should be in it, because from what I remember, he and Gwen kind of have a thing going.
Yeah, I think they were some sort of couple at one point or another.
Yeah, because they're both rock band people, so
yeah.
At
the very least, I wouldn't be shocked if they formed a band.
Yeah, but I think they'll do that so they'll have a love triangle. Which I hate love triangles, but I just think it'll happen.
Yeah, if they're done well, it's fine, but it's hard to do them well most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, so those are the main ones that I think will be close to the return.
Yeah, I also think we're getting Superior Spider-Man.
That would be interesting. It depends if they'd have enough time to develop him.
Yeah, because my thing is, I would not be shocked if Doc Ock becomes the main villain of the next movie after she just kind of disappeared at the end of the first one.
Yeah.
I want her to come back and be the villain of the next one. And if you're going to do that, then definitely bring in Superior so we could have a pretty interesting dynamic between them.
The thing is, I think they're going to bring in Moreland. I don't want them to, but I think they're going to do that.
They're so fucking boring.
Yeah. If they do them, I think they're going to make them completely different from the comics.
Yeah. Honestly, they should do what JMS did with Moreland in his first appearance and just have them be this unstoppable force of nature.
Yeah.
And don't explain every little thing about them and make them uninteresting.
Yeah, just make them mysterious. What we don't know is more scary than what we do know. So
exactly. Let our imagination fill in the gaps.
Yeah. But I think that's all we have to say on Into the Spider-Verse 2. I'm just excited that it's happening and that it's been confirmed, even though it's technically been confirmed for a while. But anyway.
Dude, 2021 and 2022 are going to be good years for comic book nerds.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to be fantastic. But so, I said earlier that we have a Oops, sorry.
You're good.
That's our special topic. Bye, guys. Anyway, so we haven't done anything classic yet for our favorite webhead. So I thought, why don't we take a look at the first, I'd say, major storyline he had from back in the day, which is If This Be My Destiny.
Yes.
Y'all know it. Y'all know it.
The Master Planner arc.
The Master Planner, yeah. But so, for those who don't know, If This Be My Destiny is a 3-issue story arc. It's issues 31 to 33.
Yep.
That came out in 1965 to 1966. Basically, it's about Peter Parker. He's starting college finally, but Aunt May
this was
falls
the beginning
ill.
of the college era of Spidey, which is where all the really iconic shit came from.
Oh yeah, but so Peter's starting college. Then Aunt May falls ill because she got a blood transfusion from him that had, and he has radioactive blood. So
yeah,
no,
which that was a concern Peter had during that issue. During that, because like he was worried that either the doctors were going to see something was up with his blood, or his blood could kill Aunt May. But it turned out fine. This issue's like, yeah, no, there were consequences for that.
It's just like Peter cannot get a break.
Yeah, like once again, his family member is dying because of something that is sorta, kinda his fault.
Sound familiar?
At the same time, it's also something he really doesn't have much control over.
So it's just like he's struggling with that, and all the while he's at college, and Harry Osborn and Gwen, like, this is the first appearance for Gwen.
Same for Harry too. Yeah.
Same for Harry. Okay, I figured it was for Harry, but I wasn't 100% certain. It's been a while.
This was the first appearance of any of those characters, except for Flash, who has been there since the get-go.
So they all think Peter's just like brushing them off.
Yeah, they think he's a pompous asshole.
Yeah, when he's just so concerned with May's health. And when you're reading, you're just like, oh, Peter, just tell them what's going on.
Yeah.
They'll understand.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, when you're in that mindset, you're not thinking of what other people are thinking of you.
Yeah. Like, he's very oblivious to what everybody's saying about him. He's just focused on whether or not May is okay.
Yeah, he's like, okay, just get your school shit done. Go home. Go see Aunt May. Try to help her. Do something.
Yeah. So all the while, this guy named the greatest name that ever named.
It's better than the Crime Master, who I think came before this.
But so he's doing stuff with radioactive isotopes as a crew of underwater scuba divers, getting these things for him. We don't know who he is. His identity is a mystery.
Yeah. All we know is he's living in an underwater base, and he's got some history with Spider-Man.
And then we find out what a shocker! It's Dr. Octagonopus Blah. Whatever. I don't know.
But, Doc Ock. It was Doc Ock the whole time.
Yeah, which not very surprising, but
yeah, because really up to that point, aside from maybe Green Goblin, there weren't a whole lot of Spidey villains who could really fit that role of the Master Planner.
Yeah, so it was Doc Ock, but that's not a bad thing.
Tinkerer, but that even then, not really, because at that point he was an alien or some shit.
Ugh, yeah.
That was the original plan for him anyway. They retconned it to, oh no, Mysterio was just fucking with him.
Of course they did. That's
whenever
there's like weird stuff in the 60s or 70s that they wish they didn't do, they're just like, oh, it's Mysterio.
Yeah, because like I think it was like issue 3 was Tinker's first appearance, and it was like he was like working with aliens to take over the United States or whatever.
Oh my god!
And at the end of the issue, Peter like stole stole like a mask off of his face, but he didn't see him, and the issue basically ended with Peter almost cradling a fucking Tinkerer face. It was weird.
Yeah. A lot of this early Spider-Man stuff, and we'll talk about this, it's iconic, but also very weird.
And that's part of why I love it so much.
Yeah. But, so, Peter's struggling to get money to pay for May's medical bills and house bills and so on and so forth.
Because, it's JJ. He's kind of a stingy prick.
Yeah, and all the while Betty is courted by Ned, not Gigabatalon.
Not Gank. Or not Genki, I don't know.
Not Genki. I say Genki because I think that sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's being courted by Ned, but she still wants to know what Peter thinks, and Peter's being a sociopath and lying to her and being intentionally mean so she won't want to be with him.
Yeah, which I was glad they were finally ending that will they won't they romance, because I was never a fan of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Peter and Betty.
It doesn't help that isn't Betty an adult?
You're right. You're right about that.
Yeah, because that never sit right with me.
I
was reading these issues.
I didn't think about that until now, and now I'm just.
It's why whenever I was reading these issues for myself a couple of weeks ago, I would just kind of skim past the Betty stuff because it was just weird.
At least when Toby's Peter met Betty,
they were both adults.
Yeah, but Peter was still in high school when they met.
Yeah, he was like 17 by that point.
Yeah, so, Betty Brand, would you take a seat, please?
God. But anyway, this is supposed to be good.
But no, yeah. So, Peter's being a sociopath with her because as any man in the 60s would. So he finds out there's this like isotope thing that can help cure May. So he contacts Dr. Connors, who's not in Florida anymore for some reason. He got tired of Florida like anybody would.
Yeah, trust me. As someone who is living in there right now, I would like to go back up north.
Oh my god, yeah. Florida is a nice place to like visit for a day, and then you're just like, okay, I've seen enough.
Yeah, well, once you've been there for a day, you've seen everything.
Yeah. I mean, all you have is Orlando.
Yeah, that is where I'm living, and it's not the best.
Yeah. But so Dr. Connors field trip to Florida. Spider-Man, I can help you. I just need this isotope thingy. So he calls in a shipment of it, and it just gets there within like hours. Because
look, 60s travel was very fast. We got slower as time went on.
They had Amazon drones before we did in 2019. Like how? I don't understand.
So it was 60s superhero comics. I guarantee you, they totally had Amazon drones before Amazon was a thing.
They had to have had some kind of it, like something like Amazon drones. But anyway,
Reed Richards invents interdimensional portals every other day of the week. They better have had something like that.
Yeah. But anyway, Doc Ock somehow finds out that shipment is coming in, so he sends his goons of He sends his scuba diver gang to take it. Then Peter finds out and goes on a rampage throughout the city trying to find the hideout.
Peter gets fucking mad.
Oh yeah, he's wrecking everything.
Yeah, like
he literally breaks stairs.
Yeah, he ribs down. Some thugs were running up a staircase to get away from him, and he just grabs the bottom of it and rips it down to the earth.
Oh god, I love. It reminds me of the Back in Black stuff.
Yeah, this was like the this was like the first time he had ever done something like this.
Oh yeah, like this was like his big tipping point because a family member's life was in risk, and like they fucked with that. So yeah, but anyway, so he finds the hideout, he finds Doc Ock, they rustle and tussle for a bit, and then they both get trapped under rubble. And this is the famous rubble moment.
Yeah, this is the famous lifting up the giant machinery scene. Also, Doc Ock just kind of vanished. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, he could be dead for all we know. We know he's not, but at the time we're like, oh, he could be dead.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been shocked if this was originally going to be his final story.
Oh, definitely. But who knows? But so it has the famous rubble scene, which like for back then I can imagine how like cathartic it must have been for readers to see that, to see Peter finally get a win and succeed.
It's cathartic for me now in 2019.
Oh yeah. But like imagine like you're a reader in the 60s, you're reading like 30 issues of this guy getting shit on by life all the time by the people he's with.
Every time he gets any kind of win, it's immediately followed by something bad.
Oh yeah, and so like this time when like he thinks he's like done,
he's ready to throw it. Yeah, he's ready to throw in the towel. Like I can't move it. I can't get out. I guess this is how my story ends. But then through sheer fucking willpower, he just lifts the thing over his head and throws it behind him.
Because he's like, I'm Spider-Man. Who are you guys?
Yeah, he's like,
I'm Spider-Man.
Aunt May is counting on me to get this shit to her so she'll survive. I can't let her die like this, so I can't die in this fucking pit. I gotta get out of here. And he just throws it over his head.
Yeah. And his leg is like busted up, but he keeps fighting.
Yeah, his leg got busted up by the rubble too. He's not at 100%. And after swimming to the surface, he gets ambushed by like 15 dudes.
And he beats all of them. He somehow takes like a rest by letting them hit him. He
just kind of like he sort of like tucks in a bit and just lets them beat him up a bit to get his strength back, and then he just lets loose on them and knocks them all out before he even realizes it.
Yeah, that was the best part of that, I think.
Yeah, like he's just flailing his arms, going like, "I'm not done yet. I'm not done." And then he opens his eyes like, "Oh, I did it." And then he just leaves.
Like, oh, guess I'm done.
Yeah.
And then he gets the photos, and then he triggers Betty's PTSD about her brother, because sociopathic writing.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. It was the 60s. It was the 60s. I don't it's the time period. This is not me throwing shade at Stan Lee. I would never do that.
I would kill you through this Discord if you did.
Oh my god, no. But no, like this is no shade to Stan Lee. That's just like it was the 60s.
That's just the era.
Yeah. It's just the era. By the way, tomorrow is or for you guys it'll be the yesterday, but tomorrow is November 12th, and it'll be the 1-year anniversary of Stan Lee's death. So so just take a moment. Just wanted to take a moment to say, rest in peace to him. He was a legend. Our pop culture would not be what it is today without him. Yeah, and all the other
the reason I exist at this point.
Yeah. Like I don't know what I'd be without Spider-Man or the X-Men or Iron Man, the Avengers, or any of them. Like I really don't know.
Yeah, that seeing fucking Spider-Man the animated series as a kid is what changed me forever. So I cannot see myself as anything other than a Spider-Man fan.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know what I'd be, but no. Grateful to Stan Lee for everything he's done. I'm grateful to Steve Ditko for everything he's done too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just wanted to take a moment to say that. But so Peter gets a win. May heals up just fine. And that's where things are pretty much left from what I remember.
Yeah,
I read it earlier today to refresh on it, but from what I remember, that's kind of where it ends.
Yeah, I think he also like apologizes to Gwen at least about being a dick earlier, but
I don't think so. I didn't.
That might have been the next issue then.
Probably, but yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It was the issue after that. He tries to be friends with the other guys after he blew them off so much.
Yeah, but so like this was interesting to read because like it. First of all, it just shows like how much comic book writing has changed. From the 60s to nowadays. Like back then, like the dialogue used to be like. It used to be like soliloquies, very Shakespearean-esque, I'd say.
Very, very like not exactly drawn out, but over the top, I guess.
Yeah. And like the captions like address the readers specifically.
Yeah. Also, they almost always use exclamation points.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone is shouting 24/7.
I guess everybody shouted and
Yeah, no, they didn't discover whispering until the 70s.
But no, it's just interesting seeing how different Spider-Man was being written back then, but how similar he still is to today.
Yeah, you really do see like where some things have changed, but others have stayed almost exactly the same from all the way back then.
Yeah, it's kind of humbling in a sense to read that because you see it. You're essentially seeing the planting of the seeds for what's to come for much later, and it's cool. It's really cool to read. Like there are a lot of people who don't want to read comics because they're like, oh, they look old, they talk old or whatnot, and it's just like, just read them. You'll enjoy them.
You'd be surprised how good they can actually get.
Yeah, like yeah, it's a lot of cheese. It's a lot of
of course
stuff.
That's where the good shit is.
Yeah, they talk about getting Coke at like the Coke stand or whatever.
Yeah,
like that was a common thing back.
Yep.
1950s greaser diner-esque aesthetic, something like that. I don't know, but
yeah.
But it's still just interesting because like
it is surprising how legitimately really good a lot of stuff from back then is.
Yeah,
like I think it was issue 3 was Doc Ock's first appearance. I remember now.
Yeah,
that issue is legitimately great. Like no joke, that is one of my favorites from that era.
I gotta reread that again. I remember it was good. Like my aunt used to send me a lot of issues from the Lee Ditko era all the time. Like I got one for Vulture, I got one for Sandman. I think I got the Dr. Octopus one.
Yeah, Sandman was great because he just had one of his attacks was just the ultimate pelvic thrust.
Oh my god.
Like it was so bizarre looking, but I love it.
The cover for that one was always funny to me because it was just like 4 panels of different ways of Sandman attacking him. The last one is him just mounting Peter and just like pouring sand on him.
Yeah,
it's like waterboarding him with sand.
Yeah, he's just like looming over him, dumping sand in his face.
Yeah. Hey, at least he didn't force his way into his stomach like that one Marvel Zombies comic that scarred me for life.
Oh Jesus. You're right.
Have you seen that one?
I think I have, yeah.
The one where Peter gets like very bloated.
Yup. I remember.
Yeah, that's just disturbing and like a very horrible way to go. Like
it's not fun.
I don't know who came up with that, but I just want to ask them why. Like, I don't know, but anyway, the art too is just fantastic. Like I know, like the version the colors are updated, like very much so, because like I'm lucky enough that the school I'm going to has been donated like the largest comic book collection in existence, I think.
Oh wow!
There's
really?
literally like I forgot the name of the guy. I'm forgetting his name, but he donated his massive collection to the university. And we literally have one of the most pristine copies of Amazing Fantasy 15 on display. And I'm just like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, like it's cool. There's like a lot of really old comics, but like we got to hold some, not like the super prestigious ones, but ones that were like from that era. And you can tell the colors are very washed out, and the way coloring was done back then was very different from how it's done today.
Yeah.
I got to hold a copy of Watchmen number 12, like
oh wow,
from like the original printing, and it was just like really cool. But yeah, so I know like the version I read, like the colors were updated, but it's still like you can tell the effort put into it is just tremendous.
Oh yeah, no, Ditko's putting his all into every panel.
Yeah. It's weird because I remember like Ditko left Marvel or Ditko left Amazing Spider-Man. I don't remember which one specifically, but Ditko wanted Peter to be more like grounded and more low scale, while Lee wanted him to be more, big scale, more adventurous. And
yeah, he left after the I believe he left after the issue where they revealed Green Goblin's identity as Norman Osborn. I think that was the last one he worked on.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because I remember that the issue after I think was Rhino with Romita Senior's debut.
Maybe I don't know if it was like when Goblin kidnapped Peter.
Yeah, I think I do believe that was the final issue that Ditko worked on.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I gotta go back and double check.
Yeah, anyway, which I would not be shocked because I do know that Ditko was not happy with how Lee wanted to do Green Goblin.
Like Ditko didn't want Green Goblin to have an identity.
Yeah, at the very least, not one that Peter knew. Like,
yeah,
he wanted him to just be some random guy.
But Lee wanted him to be Osborn.
Yeah, which there was revealed like 2 issues after Osborn's debut, so the impact wasn't as great as it probably should have been.
Yeah, but
it was
I think
60s.
I think Ditko like thought Lee was catering too much to fans rather than writing what he wanted to write. At least that's what I remember, like the dispute being. I don't know how true that is, but
yeah, it's been a while since I've looked into the Lee Ditko drama thing.
Yeah, it's in the past, but this is the purity. This is like the culmination of their.
This was their peak.
This is like their peak together, and like of course, Amazing Fantasy 15 and number 1, which we'll get to at some point.
Oh yeah, they're also really good.
But this is like what they've essentially been leading to. Like if Spider-Man was a TV series, this was like their season finale.
Yeah, this would have been the season 1 finale. Spider-Man show.
And it works. It works great. It's like a great finality in a sense.
Yeah, like I think I mentioned it on an earlier episode, but this is my favorite Spider-Man story. Period.
Oh, I don't blame you at all. It's fantastic.
And of course, the rubble scene is my favorite scene in comics. Period.
Yeah. So many people get pissed. Like, it's not an adaptation of the storyline. It's using the iconic.
Cut out a sec.
Oh, sorry. I was saying so many people get pissed that they use that moment in Homecoming in like a different context. But like the thing is, it's like it's not an adaptation of If This Be My Destiny. It uses the moment, the iconic moment. It just
uses the imagery. It's fine.
Yeah.
That scene legit made me tear up when I was watching Homecoming because I didn't think they were ever going to do it.
But they did. I mean, the only problem I have with the scene is that I don't Tony's voice over in it.
Oh yeah, that is the one thing I would change.
Yeah, but because I mean, the moment speaks for itself.
Yeah, like nothing gets me more hyped than insane feats of strength with just sheer willpower.
Yeah, and Peter did that.
Yeah, like I was screaming, "Come on, Spider-Man!" in my heart when I was watching that in theaters.
And you can feel how heavy it is when you watch. Like,
oh yeah, no, you feel the weight of it as he's trying to lift it up.
Yeah.
Same goes in the comic too. You can see the thing is massive,
and it's just pinning him down.
Like, he got lucky that he was able to dive into like the one hollow area before it came crashing down completely.
My question is, why didn't he use his web shooters?
It wouldn't. I don't know.
Like, he could have just grabbed the thing with his web shooters, or just like
it probably wouldn't have been strong enough.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because like he could barely lift it, and he's insanely strong. Because like back in the 60s, he was the 4th strongest hero in all of Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Like, only Thing, Hulk, and Thor were stronger than him.
Yeah, they constantly want to like show that he's not that strong nowadays, but it's like, no, he can lift a skyscraper, and I want to see Tom Holland do that.
Yeah, like the thing is, he rolls with thugs' punches, because if he doesn't, they'll break their hands.
Oh yeah, like
I also, don't forget, I know I'm not the biggest fan of Superior Spider-Man, but one of my favorite moments of Superior is when Otto punches Scorpion's jaw off, and he's like, "Oh my god, he's been holding back against us all this time."
Yeah, like,
and Scorpion's one of the stronger villains too.
Yeah, like
he's literally the anti-Spider-Man.
Like, I don't like Superior Spider-Man, but that is like, that's cool, and that just shows how strong he is.
Yeah, like, I'm just imagining Otto in his head is like, "Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? This entire time he could have killed us at any moment."
Yeah, that's gotta humble them to some extent.
Yeah, but then he made an army of robots, and he was like, "Nah, I'm better."
Yeah. And then he's like, "Okay, no, I'm not bad."
Yeah, and then the final arc happened, and the book was actually good.
Then he became Doc Ock again. He's like, "No, I am better."
Yeah, like
then he became Superior Spider-Man. Then now he's Dr. Octopus again and wants to destroy Spider-Man again. Marvel, just decide if you want him to be Spider-Man or Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, they honestly, Secret Empire had the perfect middle ground by making him Superior Octopus, with giving him the sort of Spider-Man type design with the Doc Ock arms and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that was honestly really fucking cool.
And then they just ruined it.
Yeah, then he went right back to Superior Spider-Man.
Because Spider-Gang called for it.
Yeah, which of course it did. Fucking damn it.
Yeah.
And I hate you.
We gotta get to that at some point, but we will.
Well, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, anyway, Doc Ock is cool. I like him, but god damn it, Marvel, pick what you want him to do.
Yeah. But
I like my fat mad scientist more, but at least do something good with him.
Yeah. But anyway, so back to If This Be My Destiny. There were some low points, I think, which, I mean, again, this is more or less about the era, not really a reflection on the writers, but like, how many women are attracted to Peter when he's being a douche?
All of them.
I don't get that. I don't get it.
Just that hot. I
mean, you're not wrong, but like, it's just, I don't like. For a guy who's so down on his luck, he really live in a dating sim.
He really does. There was one. It was in the current Nick Spencer run where we had a bot write a Spider-Man comic or something.
Oh yeah,
And there's the one panel of him with all his fucking girlfriends.
Yeah, he's like, now I'll share this milkshake with all my girlfriends.
Yeah, it's just... they even included Kitty Pryde from Ultimate.
Oh my god, yeah, it's just insane how many love interests he's had, and it's for someone who's supposed to be so, we just feel worse about ourselves when he's so good with love interests and we're not. But anyway,
it's fine.
I don't know, he's I think this is the start of my issues with Gwen is that she's just kind of a hollow shell for Peter. She
really is. Yeah, no,
because she's Peter's a dictator. Then she's insistently oh, well, I want to get to know him better. And he's like, how dare you turn me down? I'm so beautiful. And it's okay.
Yeah, it's God. Harry was also kind of a dick, but it was also warranted.
Yeah.
Because Peter was just being an asshole.
I mean, unintentionally, but...
Yeah, but he had no idea. None of them had even... Flash is the only one who knows Peter from high school, and Flash isn't gonna give him any help.
Oh, no. Not by any means.
This is back when Flash was still a bully. He doesn't give a shit.
Nope. But... yeah, it's just, that's one of the low points, I think. But again, that's more or less the time period and not a reflection of the writer.
Gwen has never been an interesting character.
Yeah. She's only become interesting in the public mind.
Literally anything interesting about her came from after her death.
Yeah. But, excluding sins past, but,
Hey, remember when that happened, guy?
Oh, boy. We got to talk about that one day. We got to do it.
Oh, man, I will be hyped for that, because all I do on Twitter is remind people of that time Norman Osborn fucked Gwen Stacy and they had kids.
Oh, my God. I just, who thought that good idea? I know it wasn't Straczynski. He didn't want to do that.
Yeah, no, the original plan was it was going to be Peter's kids, but editorial was like, no, that'd make him too old. So the only solution other than not doing the story, which is what I would have done, is make it be Norman.
And just have the kids rapidly age for some reason.
Because Goblin Serum, it does whatever it wants.
Yeah, because Norman Osborn has to hurt Peter in every way, including cucking him, so...
The son of a bitch, he fucking cucked him and then killed the girlfriend afterwards.
Oh my god.
So that they would never have sex.
That's everything since past. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Disgusting story, but it's hilarious.
We'll get to it at some point, but... yeah, no, if this be my destiny, part of it is dated, but a lot of it is still just really good. Yeah,
the only dated things are really some of the dialogue. Because we mentioned it earlier, because it's very over the top and shit, and saying things when you're already showing the things that are happening.
Yeah, they haven't quite gotten figured out that yet. Fun fact, I'm taking a comics class, and we are learning about how pictures and words relate to one another. In this era, they're still figuring that stuff out. But anyway, this was called the era.
I want to take a comic class. It sounds awesome.
It's called the Era of Identity. It's a lot of reading, not of comics, of textbooks. So... you'll read comics, but you mainly have to read the texts. So
yeah, well, in this era, you're mostly reading text anyway, because almost every panel's got a narration box above it.
Yeah, well, true, but anyway, so final thoughts on If This Be My Destiny.
I said before, it's my favorite Spider-Man arc of all time, and it really holds up really well for the most part. It's just some of the dialogue is kind of and both Gwen and Betty are just there.
There to just be doting women.
They got to think angsty Peter's really hot.
Yeah.
Man, they would love emo Peter in Spider-Man 3.
Oh my god. They would love Back in Black Peter.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But no, I really, really love this storyline. And like there's such a charm that comes from the early days of Lee and Ditko, I think.
There really is.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't think the MCU Spider-Man does Lee and Ditko Peter very well. I think he does. Super pissed off all the time, which I think is fine because we've gotten pissed off Peter twice.
Yeah, so. I'm okay with seeing him smile every once in a while.
By the way, Andrew Garfield did pissed off Lee Ditko Peter in flying colors, and y'all didn't give a shit about that. So
yeah, fucking Garfield was totally Lee and Ditko Peter for the most part.
Yeah, and
with some ultimate thrown in because that's what that movie actually was.
Pretty much, but yeah, no, we already got it, so I'm fine with them doing something new. But I don't want to turn every Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's entire episodes devoted to that kind of thing.
Yeah, but no, I really do like this storyline. I like the seeds it plants for Peter as a character, and I like this win that Peter gets to have. After all he's done, he finally gets.
Yeah, this was his biggest win up to this point.
Yeah, and things were only barely beginning, and it just gets crazier and crazier from there.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, this was the very beginning of the college era of Peter, which is where pretty much all of the super iconic Spider-Man stuff comes from.
Yeah, it's funny how
Marvel keeps going back to the high school days. Classic Spidey, where all the really good stuff started, and it's that stuff didn't. He was in high school for less than 30 issues.
Yeah, for 2 years.
Yeah, it was 20 years. Yeah, everyone keeps saying he's the ultimate high school hero, and it's he was in high school for 28 issues out of 800.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope after the next movie they finally just move him to college because I'm tired of high school.
Yeah, also with Miles around, you really don't need to keep doing that with Peter anymore.
You really don't.
We have our young, hip, relatable Spider-Man now. We can let Peter be an old man.
Yeah, but Marvel won't let that happen because reasons. But anyway, I think this is a good place to end it. So once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. We had a lot of fun with this episode. Once again, my name is Alec. You can follow me at the Alec Thorne on Twitter. Brian, that's your turn.
And I'm Brian. You can. Oh,
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, sorry. As Brian, you can follow me at Red Out Reviews on Twitter.
I think you cut out again.
God damn it! Let me promote myself. Follow me at Red Out Reviews on.
Okay, he cut out again, but okay, you can follow him at Red L Review. So you can do that. You can follow the podcast on Twitter. It's at
Am I back?
You're
follow me at Red L Reviews. Damn it! Suddenly my signal just dropped to nothing.
Oh my god. I set it for you, so don't worry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But once again, you can follow us at @_podcast on Twitter. You can follow on Comics Ground on Twitter. We are at Comics Ground. And once again, you can go to our website for daily reviews, news, editorial, jazz. So, yeah.
I got dropped.
Oh my god. Well, we'll get out of here so he can get out of his hellhole of
oh boy,
of cutting out. But anyway, once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
The next step.
Yep. All right. Bye.
But